Yo, what's up? Yeah, welcome to another episode of True Stories. This episode comes about kind of funny. Episode 6 of Q&A with TLA, me and my man Cyrus was talking about Prince, and it kind of went sideways until stories about Buffy, my ex-girlfriend from years ago. And Buffy is probably one of the most unique women I ever met in my life. It's worth an episode of True Stories, trust me. Wow. Yeah, we met in the mid-90s. She was a big Prince fan, so we got along well. She was into sports. She loved NBA basketball, so we got along well. And Buffy, I remember asking her, what does that stand for? Because when I was growing up, I only knew two Buffys. Buffy and Jody from that old sitcom show from the 1960s, early 70s called Family Affair. And then, of course, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I thought Buffy was a Hollywood name. I didn't know that name was real. And see, her mother was full-blooded Native American, and she named her. In Native American language, Buffy means something. I believe it was beautiful flower or a blossoming flower. It was something along those lines. So the name Buffy really meant something in the Native American culture, right? And it was cool because my name is Tajaya, which means king of an African tribe. So we had cool names. We both loved Prince, NBA basketball, football. We got along well. But at times it could have been different. It was tumultuous at times, and at times it was absolutely beautiful because, see, Buffy took me out of my comfort zone. She was the first woman I dated that had multiple tattoos. And I say multiple, at the time we were dating, she had 19 tattoos. They were all over her body. And you didn't see them during the daytime because she was worked at a school with children. So she wore long sleeves and pants all the time. You would never know. There wasn't on her neck anything, just from the chest down, Her most famous tattoo was a picture of Prince on her inner thigh. It was about this big. I was like, okay, all right. Hey, you really like Prince. And the unique thing about me and Buffy, she introduced me to so many things. Like in high school, I was introduced to gothic people. I knew a couple of goth guys and chicks. So, but Buffy introduced me to a world of eroticism. Like, Buffy was the personification of the word sexy. She reminded me of Apollonia from Purple Rain. When she talks, she bat her eyes. She smiles, with a crooked smile. It was just a habit she had. She didn't know she was doing it, but she was incredibly sexy, right? And she stared directly into your eyes when we talk, and she would lick her lips. There's just impulse. And so, yeah, we had a great relationship when it comes to stuff like that. But the tattoo thing was new for me. An aggressive woman was kind of new to me. Very aggressive. I mean, we had chemistry when we met. And when the chemistry was there, she knew, oh yeah, I want homeboy. So she got at me real tough, and I could not resist. She was a kiss of heaven. I never seen somebody so beautiful in my life that was walking on this earth. And like, we would go out to dinner. This is what Buffy did. When she walked into the room, she changed the air. She changed the atmosphere. Obviously, guys are looking at her. They're like, Jesus, she's fine. And I'm not an insecure guy. That never bothered me. The part that tripped me out, women would get at her. Like, we go to dinner. We're sitting there. The lady would bring us our menus, and she'd go, okay, water for you guys. She'd look at Buffy and be like, oh my God, you're beautiful. She'd be like, oh, thanks. It happened all the time. Guys is kind of scared to speak their minds, but women, when they seen Buffy, whether I was there or not, they spoke on it like, "Oh my God, you're gorgeous," and she would just smile. I've never been with a woman that got this much attention. It was really, really cool, right? And she was modest, even though she was a model in the evening, school teacher during the day. She had odd jobs. She worked like in a makeup shop and stuff like that. When she got bored of something, she quit and go on to something else. Multi-talented. We recorded music together. She had an incredible voice. And then things started to change when she really, really got serious. You know how, fellas, I'm talking to you right now. You ever been in a relationship, but you didn't know you was in a relationship? You know, and I got to give women credit. Your bodies are a temple. And once you invite us in, that means something to you. It's not just sex anymore. It's like, oh, we're together. And I was like, oh, we are. And Buffy's crew reminded me of Prince and the Revolution. They were oddballs. They had spike hair, different color hair, tattoos. Majority of them were tattoo artists, and all of her male friends were gay. So this was a whole new world to me. I am like straight and narrow, I walked down a straight path. So that lifestyle was trippy. And they're very flamboyant and speak their minds. But when Buffy got serious, she cut everybody loose. She's like, okay, TJ's coming over, no more horseplay. She knew that, after a while it was getting to me because, like I said, they were very flamboyant. But behind closed doors, when Buffy was committed, she liked a simple lifestyle. She was very domesticated. You wouldn't know that looking at her by the way she acts. That was part of her persona, but also that was who she was. But she was really into like cooking, staying at home, doing that thing like she had her place and I had my place. She had a 1-bedroom apartment downtown. I had a 1-bedroom duplex, right, in the South area. And I worked early morning shifts at UPS. I got off like at 10 o'clock in the morning. I would go in like early. And she was like, look, don't go home after work. Come straight here. I got clothes for you. You take a shot. She did not want me out of her sight. And, it got a little claustrophobic because it moved really fast for me. But I was cool. But the thing about me and Buffy, when it was good, it was good. But man, when it was bad, it was bad. And it didn't have to be bad. It's just, I was put in situations I didn't like to be in. Right? And so it just caused problems. And I'm the kind of person, when things get uncomfortable, I'm a bounce. So I stopped coming over a whole lot. I would stay home more often and, but how could you not resist Buffy? She was incredible. But when things started to go sideways was when she would do things like I'll be over there laying on the couch and I fall asleep and I wake up and she's sitting on the coffee table staring at me. I'm like, damn, girl, you can't be doing that. Freak me out. Or one time I come over and all of a sudden she has brand new furniture out of nowhere. I mean, the whole living room was remodeled. I'm like, didn't you just have? Yeah, I was bored of it. Well, what did you do? Oh, I gave it to some people who needed furniture. She was go from a left to a right, from 10 to 1,000. It just always caught me off guard. And she was very, very loud. Like we'll go to a sports bar, watch a game, have some drinks, get some food. And she knew how to embarrass me because it's hard to embarrass me. But Buffy knew how to embarrass me. Like she'd raise her voice, say things like, it's okay, baby, out at a restaurant out loud. And people are looking at me and I'm like, oh. And she loved it. When things got serious between us, she met all of my friends, all of the homies. They all loved her. And the funny thing about all my homeboys, their girlfriends did the same thing that other women do. Oh my God, girl, you're gorgeous. I'm like, really? She said, hey, man, hey, I don't know what it is about your girl, man, but my girl keeps talking about it. It wasn't no funny business. It's just they was captivated by her aura. forget the way she looks for a minute. Like I said, when she came into the room, she changed the entire air. And everybody was just floating and just hypnotized by her presence. It was incredible. But we started having some issues, and she would always call me out on my shit. She would get in my face. The thing she would do, she would cuss my black ass out. I don't like that. She had a mouth on her. And Buffy can cap with the best of them. Trust me. I remember us one time we was at Starbucks having some coffee. And I guess a lady walked behind me. I didn't see her, but I guess obviously she must have had a really nice body. And Buffy was like, "Oh, nice body." Then she looked at me. "Yeah, but she has a butter face." I said, "Butter face?" She goes, "Yeah, everything looks good, butter face." So don't try to go toe to toe with her capping, because she would light that ass up. Buffy was quick on her feet. She was phenomenal. But what pissed me off, I had broken off and I was done. But you know how relationships are. You kind of go back and forth for a while. She would call you. Like I said, it was hard to say no to Buffy. But after a while, I got kind of tired. And she called me and said, "Well, I'm seeing somebody new now." I'm like, "Good. I'm glad you found somebody new. That way you stop bothering my ass." But she was lying. She wanted a reaction. Look, I'm the kind of dude, you're not getting a reaction. I don't play those type of games. And I never forget it. Me and my homeboy Lorenzo, opening day, we went to go see The Fifth Element. It was playing downtown mall at the theater that's connected to the mall downtown Sacramento, right? Well, guess who works in the mall? Buffy. We talked the day before. She goes, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I said, "Look, me and Lorenzo are going to the movies." "Oh, what showing you going to?" I said, "I think the early one," because this was like in May. So you had like 10:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock show. And she goes, "Oh, I'm going to be there too with my boyfriend." I'm like, Buffy, that's an odd coincidence. Well, okay. And back then they didn't have the side seating. So me and Lorenzo sat towards the front in the middle. We like 3 to 4 rows back. Big theater, big screen. We wanted to be there for, Bruce Willis, right? And this is Chris Tucker was in this movie. So it was like, oh, this is a pretty cool cast. You got Gary Oldman. And apparently Buffy was there. And she sat behind us with her boyfriend. When the movie was over, we're walking through the mall. I hear somebody go, "Tajaya, Tajaya." Only a handful of people call me Tajaya. That's from a person knowing me from intimacy or a family member. And I'm like, why is she calling my name? She's supposed to be with some dude. Lorenzo looked back. She's walking by herself. I said, "Dude, I know. She's just trying to play the role, get my attention." And I ignored her. I don't play games. I kept walking. She was going, "Tajaya," yelling at the top of her lungs. Luckily, it was the outdoor portion of the mall. I was like, Lord, this is bad. So I went home, dropped Lorenzo off, and I checked my answer machine. It was lighting up. That little red dot was beeping. It's Buffy. And man, when I tell she cussed my ass out, she cussed my ass out like a drunk sailor. She called me every bad word, every type of. She didn't miss a beat. Let's just put it that way. I'm like, see, I'm done. And of course, we kept in contact over the years. I think up until like 2005, 2007. Now we was, we would stay in touch for over 10 years plus. She finally got married. It was funny because she married a white boy. She never dated a white guy in her life, but she married a white boy. It looked like he was in a rock band. Covered with tattoos. That was great. But before that happened, after that incident at the mall, as we see in The Fifth Element, she didn't bother me for a while. I didn't hear from her for about a month or so. I'm like, cool. I get a phone call. I pick it up. "What's up?" "Hey, it's Buff." And she talked real calm, the way she used to when we were cool. She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just chilling." She said, "Why don't you come over?" I'm like, "Buff," I said, "No, just come over. I want to show you something." I come over. I came through. She opened the door. She goes, "Hi, how you doing?" I said, "I'm cool, Buff. What's up?" I just want to show you something. Don't get an attitude. I said, Buff, I'm cool. Last time, she goes, don't worry about last time I was out of pocket. And she invited me in. She closed the door. She goes, no, you don't have to sit down. You can stand right there. I'm like, oh, what's up? And she did like this and pulled up her sleeve on her shirt. She had got a tattoo of my face on her shoulder. Months prior, I told you we recorded music together. I was recording an album, and she got me a guy to do my photo shoot for the album cover, promotion and stuff. And she got me this guy who was Hispanic and gay, right? Like I said, everybody she knew it was gay. It was cool. And one thing about a gay man, he knows how to make a straight man look good on camera. And he took some incredible pictures, a great photo shoot. We had a great time. We did it in Lodi, California, in this alley. And these pictures came out dope, right? So when the photo shoot was over, he gave me all types of negatives, and he loved taking pictures of me. So I had a bunch of pictures, right? So I gave some to my mom. I went over to Buffy's house. Hey, what's some of these pictures? She goes, oh yeah, these are great. And she picked out her favorites. Well, one of those pictures she picked out back in the day is what she used to give to the tattoo artist to put my face on her shoulder. It was the size of the Prince tattoo that was on her inner thigh. And it said devil and it said evil. And she made my mustache longer to come down like this, like the devil. So she invited me over to show me that shit. And I was like, damn, Buff, you are a trip. But finally, she said when she finally got married and settled down, she had it covered with something else. I'm like, thank God. She wore that shit for years. Yeah, man, Buffy was a trip, man. We had a good time. It was tumultuous at times, but in the end, we was cool. I ran into her once with her husband. I was dating this one girl named Christy. I went to go see, I took her to a comedy club to go see Charlie Murphy. They came to Sacramento. And I was in line talking to Christy, and somebody said, hey, Tajaya. And Christy looked at me. She goes, who knows you? I'm like, I turned my head. It was Buffy. And she was with her husband. She said, hey, I want you to meet my husband. So I said, oh, what's up, dude? And this is Christy. So it was nice. It was kosher. Everybody was cool. But one thing about Buffy, she's intoxicating. Whenever she would come around, I could not control myself. If she was to walk into this room right now, I'll fall apart. She had voodoo power roots over me the whole time we knew each other, man. So I'm glad I haven't seen her in years, because it's for my benefit. Trust me. It's not healthy when I'm around Buffy. But yeah, man. My man Cyrus was fascinated about Buffy because, man, you got some crazy ass stories. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm just getting started. But yeah, man, Buffy was probably the most exotic, beautiful, outgoing woman I've ever dated. I've always been attracted to women who are exotic looking. Like, you can't guess what their nationality is. Like I said, Buffy was full-blooded. Mother was full-blooded American Indian. Her father was black. But looking at her, you wouldn't know what she was or try to guess. That's always been my type. Full lips, exotic eyes, long hair. And she had cut all her, when I met her hair was short. But hey, it didn't matter. Like I said. And if you're a Prince fan and you love sports too, it's all right. But yeah, man, a trip down memory lane for your boy. Yeah, Buffy, the Brother Slayer. You got me. Until next time, be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down below. And I'm out. Peace. You know the routine. Fade to black.